All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I want to give our honor and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. We said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. And we give double honors to our apostles and our elders, which are the apostle elders at Great Millstone, which feed us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahushai. 2024, which is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. Big things are coming to this place. Big and terrible things are coming to Babylon, and salvation is coming to the hopeful elect. Let's jump into this. You see the video on the, you see the video. This hell thing is still going around. Now your loved ones are gonna burn in hell, which is it's a Catholic dogma. You know, there's many. If you do your research, you got Edomites. You know, Edomite scholars that have actually went into the topic of hell and seen that. Guess if you look into the words, because when you deal with IUIC, and this is just the defense of the gospel, we've constantly went over with this issue with other groups, but now recently it's IUIC that's adopting it. Now they're teaching others that your family and loved ones are going to burn in hell, but what about the unbelieving wife and unbelieving husband? Okay, how's that scripture come into play? Okay, because there is no mystical place that you're going to burn, because that's why the Lord even says, give a cold glass of water to one of my prophets and you shall receive a prophet's reward. And I'm paraphrasing that also. But the main point is that the title of this video is going to be called Proof Nate Lost the Oil, Teaching Hell. Okay, teaching hell doctrine. Because if you've been around for a while and you've listened to the apostles and elders, you would have heard there was a story, because Nate came under Apostle Elder Tahar in his camp, but he'll pretend like he doesn't know and doesn't have no kind of recollection, recalling that. And it's funny because that shows a lack of integrity. If you know you learn from a man, and we see that example now with certain guys that are recent converts, not recent, been around for years, but they want to act like they've done it themselves. That's why the scriptures say, remember who thou hast learned it from, because we have entered into other men's labors. This is not our own thing. We're not doing, just like if you go to a job, you're hired to do a job. Even the scriptures say a penny a day. Okay, you're hired to go into the vineyard of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and to do the labor, and the Lord is going to seal the elect. That's why it says in Matthews, we have piped unto you, but you have not danced. That's our job. You don't go to a job and try to, especially if it's your first few days on a job or months, and try to go into the room, the CEO office, and call shots and start thinking how things should go, especially if it's a well-run business. And all they need is their business is growing so much that they need more people to come in there and help them to pick up the slack. That's why Yahweh Shah said, I pray to the Father of the harvest that he shall send laborers into his vineyard, because he said even the heads are white. That means that there's going to be a lot of people coming in, and we see it now. Back then it was, people that was waking up to this truth that was coming in, but now the converts are back again. But the Most High, through his son, was able to what? Give that gospel, the good news, the reconciliation, the coming back. And now we waking up today because we were Gentiles in that Gentile state of mind. And now we're receiving salvation through Yahweh Shah's sacrifice. All right. So the precepts that I'm finna pull is just to show that Nate has lost the oil, and to be teaching these things. And just like the apostle said, there has to be some kind of backdoor deal. We have videos of the man pushing the name of the Lord, going into the true understanding, but things have changed. Something changed. Okay, something has changed. The doctrine is still the same. Just like if you had directions, and it's the same directions to get to the certain location from where you're at, it's not going to change unless they close a street or the actual building moves, in which you don't see that too often. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I got a few precepts, and the video's right here. It's saying that your family and loved ones, if they don't believe in this thing and come in, that they're going to burn in eternal hell. That's why the Lord said he that he has chosen. He's not chosen everybody. He's chosen a elect. The elect is going to get it, and then through the understanding that, guess what? Their households will be saved. Just like if you go over to the time of Noah. Noah's household was saved through Noah's labor, Noah's building. Okay, it doesn't give us a elaborate information about his sons, but the truth and the knowledge and the understanding was around at that time. That's why it was given to Noah to prophesy. Prophesy means what? To say before. So let's go ahead and get into these precepts real quick and to show you. And this hits Nate on the head. Once you go into this precept, this hits Nate in the gathering of IUIC right on the head. This is the book of Matthews, because Yahushua spoke of these times, what would be coming up. And you have men that have to pay for the sins of their past. And there was a household, it was a meeting of people, of wicked men that were standing against this truth, and they have to be back now. Okay, because once you look into the doctrine of hell, it's not biblical. It is not a biblical doctrine. Okay? And it's Matthew 23 and verse 15. It says, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees." And among certain brothers, we think that Nate is Caiaphas. We feel that Nate has a Caiaphas spirit on him. And the same thing that Caiaphas was doing was saying, don't put this man's blood on our hands. Because after Yahushua rose up, they was like, oh shit, we might have fucked up. But to read it, just keep reading. That's neither here nor there. It says, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, actors." And that's what you see happening now. You got hypocrisy at all-time level, because they know the truth. They have the understanding that they've been given, but now they're changing it up. They have a grudge, a spiritual grudge against the apostles and elders. So there's this underlying grudge that's there, and you can see it. If you've been around for a while, you can see it. But those that are recently come in, they won't be able to see the full picture. They only see Nate calling the apostles and elders out of their name, and we call Nate out of his name. But the scriptures say that he that doesn't finish his house, they shall begin to mock him. So that's why we mock it. It's spiritual. We're mocking, and it says that we're jesters out here on the highways and the byways. We're not going to be all proper and sophisticated and eloquent orators, even though certain brothers do have that speech, the way to speak beautifully and bring the scriptures out in their own way. But on the whole, what are we doing? We're bringing these scriptures out rough and rugged. All right. Like I say, from the mud. It says, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye compass." What does the word compass mean? To travel. And what do you see happening right now? Nate and the band of misfits is traveling. It's not loading. The internet has been going crazy. All right. I don't know if brothers have been having trouble, but since I got off work, the internet's been going crazy. So something's happening down the pike. We'll know, I'll know when I get up. But as soon as I got off work, the internet has been acting up. So I'm going to read it again. It says to compass means to go over sea and land, to make one proselyte. What is the one proselyte? That's what you get, a convert. Okay, a convert. And it says, and when he is made, what is means when he is made, that means when he's converted, just like you see this guy, he was made. He's an IUIC carbon copy of Nate. Whatever Nate says, these guys repeat it, regurgitate. They mock, they repeat mockingbirds. I can show you a video of a mockingbird right now that'll mock you. A bird that'll speak clearly what you say. All right, it may not be as eloquent, but the mockingbird can do that. The same thing that you see Jake doing. This is not a mockingbird. We're a nation of spirited people. All right, we have our own when it comes to this truth, and you learn, of course, and you start learning, but then you grow in this truth, and then you develop your own mannerisms. Just like if a father has a son, that son will grow up, and guess what? He may have the voice like his father, or he may move like his father, but he'll have his own mannerisms about himself. Okay. So let's go. So he's been made, and it says, "For ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte," which is a follower or a believer. And when he is made, he and ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. Okay, and what does that mean? And the word there is Gehenna. All right, where you get a pit or burning, where the Israelites used to burn their garbage like a crematorium. And for you look up in the words and look into the Greek and look into the breakdown and the etymology of that word hell there. So Because what did Yahushua say? He says, you shall see me come with the angels in heaven, and you shall die in your sins, your iniquities. He was telling them scribes and Pharisees that. He says, if you don't believe on me, you're going to see me. And it wasn't talking about then. It was talking about now, because they were going to come back in the reincarnation and they were going to face that judgment. So he says, when you see me coming with the angels, which is coming down to put hell on Esau, and the lake of fire is going to be Babylon the Great. That's going to be eviscerated, and with the thermonuclear weapons, because thermonuclear weapons they're not here for no reason. What are they going to cause? They're going to cause real life damage. And then you have gas stations, natural pipelines. You have nuclear plants that are all throughout Babylon. These things are going to be caught on fire. It says the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So these things are going to catch on fire. There's gas stations on damn near every corner. Natural gas, fracking, all these things, they've been fracking the earth. There's all types of oil deposits that's under Babylon the Great. So those things are going to ignite, man. So it's going to turn this place into and then you have the people themselves, which is going to be fuels of fire. So that's where you have the understanding of what the lake of fire is. It's not a place you eternally burn forever, because the scriptures tell you that where it says in the spirit world, even the wicked are at rest. They rest from their toil. I'm paraphrasing that, but the wicked, they rest. That's what the scriptures say. Okay, so it's not talking about an eternal burning place, because this place is going to be on fire for a long period of time. And we don't know how long the elect is going to be in the heavens. But the planet Earth is going to go through a change and a chaos, okay? Just like in the time of the flood. Noah was in a ark, which an ark was just meant to survive it. It was a safety pod, okay? That's what the ark was. It was a safety pod to float in that time where the water was going to do what it was going to do. So the same thing with the chambers, which is the so-called UFOs that you see that are around the earth. And Yahushua is going to come with a massive chariot to take his elect. And that's going to be a pod, a survival pod. So we're not on earth. Okay, Lord willing, we be a part of that number. That's going to be a survival place where the elect, the Lord knows that the elect will survive. Because if they're on earth, they might be on a dangerous place, especially in Babylon. Every square footage is going to be taken out. So there's no place for the elect to go or hide. No bunkers, no underground city, none of that. All that's going to be touched. All that's going to be engulfed. And then you have the elites around the planet Earth that are going to be rounded up at the end of that and be judged. That's what it's talking about. It's not talking about this place, this mystical place with some guy with a pitchfork. That don't exist, man. It was a dogma that was created to put fear. That's why the Lord said, I've given you a spirit. I'm not giving you a spirit of fear, but of power. So that's what we're pushing. We're not telling, and these guys have no mercy. And Nate is teaching these guys. These guys are going out here on the highways and byways and making the truth, what does it say? Making the truth look wild, man. Because we pushing the correct doctrine, but they're pushing the doctrine just like the church is, with their own twist to it. Forcing men to fear and put them into this mindset. Oh damn, my parents, they're gonna burn in hell. That's what the church is. That's why they coming under that Christ banner, that Catholic dogma banner, because it has to be, you to walk a 501c3. You have to walk a correct line. You have to. They check you out, just like when you do your taxes. They check out your numbers, so you can be tax exempt. So the same thing with this. If you ain't teaching the right thing and you don't fall under the guidelines, and your organization is bringing in a lot of income, you're gonna be in danger of losing that status. Ergo, you're gonna have financial issues, financial troubles. Okay, I told you the internet's been going crazy. So Lord willing, this is recording. But the main point, let's read it one more time. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, ye make him a twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. So that's because these guys are going to go in following your lead, and they're going to be judged, because it says, he that addeth or taketh away, his name shall be taken out of the book of life. So if you add unto these scriptures and you put different things out here, guess what? The Lord is going to get you, man. That's why we teach the right thing. And the Lord said, I should give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So that's what we've been given. We've been given teachers to lead us. That's what a shepherd is. All right. The Lord has put a spirit of on the apostles and the elders to be a shepherd to the nation, to be a shepherd to the elect. That's a sit down right there. The shepherds of the elect. Okay. So I'm not going to make this too long. It says, woe unto you, ye blind guides. See, that's the spirit. Blind guides. You're not leading the people right. You're leading down a slippery slope, which say, whoso shall swear by the temple, it is nothing, but whoso shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor. So I said on that, the main point, I just wanted to bring that out because that hits the point, and it's funny that Nate is traveling and it says compass sea and air. Sea, it says compass sea and land. And where is he going? Italy, this place, that place. Okay, you got Jakes in it. That's good because they might be of the elect. But when it comes to the salvation, it's coming out of Babylon. That's why we were sent here. That's why we were brought here. All right. That's where the deliverance is going to happen at a large level. All right. So I'm going to leave it there. Lord willing, it was an edifying lesson. It was not a long lesson. The first precept that came to my mind at work, I was like, man, that's it. He fits that criteria right there. So Nate would have to, he's coming in that spirit of that scribes and Pharisees. Just like the apostle said, he's doing his own thing, man. Nobody told him to call on Cesare's name. That's not all it is a title. It's anointed. Okay. But when you go to a meeting or an interview, you don't say, hey, how you doing, boss? Or how you doing, manager, CEO? You call him by his name. The man will introduce himself, and then you call him, okay, boss, or okay, manager, okay, CEO. He just introduced himself. So Yahweh has introduced himself through his son and through the apostles and the elders and the men that's been set up. Okay, starting with the high priest by the name of Abba Bivens, that which went into the truth, went into the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And then the elders that went into the Hebrew, broke down the name of I am, and gave it to us. That's how the Lord introduced himself again. Okay, because we became strangers and aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, if you want to say it like that. Okay, so again, I say Shalom, Lord willing, it's an edifying lesson. And I say Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Chak Wadash. Until the next time, I say Shalom, and more now than ever, keep faith. Shalom.